Hey y'all, how you doing? I hope everybody is having a good time. Let me change some things here. Yeah, there we go. That's going to be more gooder. And refresh. All right, now I'm ready. So anyway, happy Father's Day to all you dads out there that have. I've got my son wished me happy Father's Day. I'm pretty stoked about that. I got remembered. I actually forgot that it was Father's Day, so there's that. But I did just basically rest all day, clean my chaps. They're back there somewhere. And been going through my stuff. It's all bike stuff here for the most part that's laid out. Put my new liner in my helmet. This is the liner that I got with it. It was purchased as a large. HJC made the helmets for Harley and may still make them for Harley. But anyway, apparently the shell is the same. The difference is how this is made here. It's shorter in the medium, but at some point these little red snaps here, HJC has changed the spacing. Hey, Crangus, what's happening, brother? It changed the spacing so I can only snap one of the buttons in on the new liner. I don't know. I'm gonna go into Harley and have a chat with them about if that's safe or not. It's just the liner. I could fill it in with some foam. I mean, I happen to have some extra helmet liner foam, so I could make that happen. But I want to talk to some people that know more than I do about helmets. I like my brain bucket to keep my brains in here, and you know, maybe it's time for a new helmet. I don't know. This one I haven't crashed really on this one, not where I've hit the helmet anyway. But anyway, going through my stuff, I forgot how hard it is to reorganize going from driving a car to riding a bike when you're and trying to have everything set so you can alternate between them, because most people that ride have a car, and a lot of people that have a car also ride, so we kind of got to do both. I did rescue my handicap permit from the other bike, and I just got done putting it into a new folder. Well, this will get cut down. It's a picture, what's it? This thing right here, laminating pouch, a Scotch self-seal laminating pouch. They do an alright job. The other one was on the bike outside in the elements for 3 years, and it was just starting to come delaminated where I had trimmed it. So I'll trim this down, put it in there, and I'll put it on the inside of the windshield, and then if I need to, I can use handicap parking on the bike. So that was, I'm pretty happy about that. That was a cool deal for me. Sorry, OCD is kicking in, you know, air bubbles. Put that up there where I can't look at air bubbles anymore. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, I got my practice kit ready to go. This right here, as you can see, it's got some little cones in it. These are very heavy duty durable ones that are heavy enough to not blow around, and these are light ones. I can use a lot of them. This, oh, that just fell out. I can take my iPad with me, and this has the Ride Like a Pro from Jerry Palladino, Motor Man. Anyway, so I can take that out. I've got a tape measure, cones. This book has all the diagrams in it, so I can go to the parking lot, set all this stuff up, and practice, which I intend to do. And there's a good reason for that. Since I've gotten the scooter, I have dropped it twice. Well, 2.5 times, because I had to set it back down once and then it kind of ejected me, but that was not really a drop. That was kind of a, I'm really fucking tired. Hey, 1 2 3 4, Mr. Smith, welcome. Thank you for swinging by. Jampro, hello, welcome. Glad to see you popping in too. telling scooter stories, so you might get a little kick out of this. So anyway, I dropped the bike. I'm calling it 2.5 times. Now you have to realize, I know I'm not supposed to do that, but there's some good things. So I learned I can pick my bike up by myself, even on a bad incline. I've learned I can do that. So that was a good thing to know, that my bike's not too big for me to pick it up. Now this is unloaded, of course. I was not loaded when it happened. The other thing is that I need a lot of practice. Well, I did take a dirt nap Thursday or Friday? What day was it? A few days ago, I had a little bit of a dirt nap. Yeah, it looks intimidating, but I've seen very slight people do it, male and female both, people that are smaller than I am, and it's a lot of it's technique, but there's some things that can give you a little crutch too. I've been doing some research. Mostly I'm just getting my stuff set back up. I mean, I haven't ridden for 3 years, but I'm totally down for going and getting slow riding. As soon as I can afford it, I'm going to sign up for the course here that Team Oregon puts on. They do it pretty much every month throughout the year in Oregon. It's almost always you might get wet, but you can almost always ride. Oh, the bike's great. Bike is super great. My hip was sore for a couple days. Basically, I may or may not have been exceeding the recommended turn miles per hour. That is unconfirmed at this time, because I'll admit I was not looking at the speedometer. I was kind of looking at the road over there, you know, kind of like this. Well, I went just a little bit close to the edge. These are country roads, and there was just a little bit of gravel there. I did a little 180 and went down. I went down with the bike, basically. I spun 180 with the bike as it laid down into the ditch. It was a very soft crash into very soft, loose, dirty, silty gravel. Wasn't even a hard landing. I think the only reason that my hip hurt for a couple of days was because of what I did when I got up, or how I got up, because I just kind of wrenched myself out from underneath the bike, and I didn't jerk my leg out of there, but I forced it to come out without trying to get anybody to lift the bike off me or whatever. But there were people there. They stopped. Everything was cool. I was unhurt, although the nice ladies in the car, I know they're not watching this, but thank you for stopping, ladies. They all looked like I was dead. I must have looked like a corpse, because I remember I was listening. It was a good song that was playing, and I could hear that, and I flipped up the front face and I said, "I'm fine." And the lady that was driving looked like she was about to cry. They had nothing to do with me spinning out. That was all me. I just didn't see that there was gravel on the edge of the road there. Had I seen that, I would have taken a corner differently. And I was really, for my skill level right now, I was going too fast. It was, I think it was a 15-mile-an-hour corner, and I was probably 25 through it. And I was already past the apex. I was trying to accelerate out of the corner and rolling back on the throttle, and it was kind of good the way I went down. It was all just the only damage, if you want to call it that, was one broken hold down strap on my leather bags. bar is bent. I got most of it back in. I need to just get the tire iron and tweak it down just a tiny bit. But that's the only damage. Nothing's broken other than a little hold down strap for the bag, and it won't affect it because it's on the bottom of the bag. So I've already got a couple ideas on how to fix that. So, oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's it's the thing about it is I can't wait to ride it. It's been raining and kind of crappy the last few days, but I can't wait to get out and ride again. I've two things, these drops in this. Now, this is the first time since I've started riding many years ago that I have dropped or gone down, crashed a bike. This is no longer a thing. It broke a fear barrier. Now, that doesn't mean I want to crash. That's wow, look at that, I scraped up the whole side of it. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But it got me past that point. Now I know that it's, my gear's gonna do what my gear's gonna do. I don't have a scratch one on me because I've had my gear on. My arms didn't have any scratches on them, my hands don't have any scratches on them, face, everything's fine. That was the other cool part about this crash. There was no impact to the helmet, like absolute zero, because of the way I spun and went down into the ditch. Ditch is like this, and I'm spinning around and laying, this way, and I just went down with the thing. My head was up basically the whole time. Of course, I was no longer looking at the left anymore. I was kind of looking everywhere, but it was pretty comical. Anyway, a guy stopped. Everybody I dusted things off, looked everything over, made sure everything worked. Turned the bike off, turned it back on again, because they have a sensor that if they get too tipped, they'll shut off. Most of the newer bikes have stuff like that. So anyway, turned it off, turned it back, started right back up. No smoke, no problems, no issues. Didn't spill any gas. It was down such a short amount of time. The guy that stopped was like 30 seconds away from helping me pick the bike up. So this time I didn't even have to pick the bike up by myself. So all good. Yeah, I scraped something. I haven't scraped anything on a left turn yet, but I have on a right turn. But I'm unsure if the reason I scraped, I think it was my tailpipe. I'm unsure if the reason that I scraped was because I took the turn very sharp. So it was just a regular 90-degree right turn at a traffic light, or if as I was going across the relatively fresh paint on the lines, if perhaps tire slipped just a little bit, and of course I was already on the throttle, so as soon as it got traction, it just stood the bike right back up again. So I'm not really sure, but that's the only time is going right. Well, I've done it a couple of times, but that's the only time that I wasn't trying to do anything, and I doubt that it was actually a peg scrape. But it is disconcerting. But I want to do the slow speed stuff. I really want to do the slow speed stuff. That is, I don't want to be motor officer certified kind of compete thing. But if there was a local event where they had a course set up, it'd be fun to be able to go try it out. And just have the confidence and skill to be able to do that. And almost everything that's happened to me thus far, I want to point out, has been at slow speed. At 25 miles an hour or less. So they say it makes you a better rider. I'm going to find out. Yeah, I'm not happy with the scraping of the pegs. Like I said, I'm not sure if I scraped a peg or if I scraped the tailpipe. It's hard to tell. My pegs already had some little scratches on them already, so from the previous owner, I don't know. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm glad I'm all right too. Like I said, this wasn't because I was riding crazy or doing something stupid. This was an error in concentration and scanning the road properly. I should have noticed that there was gravel there before I even entered that corner. There's no lighting problems, there's no issues. This is 100% a rookie mistake, an inexperienced rider's mistake. As I was scanning that corner going into it, when I was deciding where I was going to enter in and how I was going to blah blah blah, I should have already realized that there was gravel there and taken steps to avoid that. That's the last thing I'm going to say about the motorcycle wreck thing. I believe that most motorcycle wrecks, especially the kind that I'm talking about right now, are riders' fault. Not because the car pulled out in front of them. That's still that driver's fault. But if as a rider you are looking ahead and doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're ready for that. It's either going to be avoided because you were ready for it, or it's going to be minor because you were ready for it. Had I scanned that corner better, we wouldn't be talking about my little dirt nap right now, because I wouldn't have had one. So anyway, I'm off of that. It was fun, and as soon as the weather gets better, I'm going to go out and ride again. Still got to get the VIN inspection done. I think that's so dumb, but anyway, I have to go get the VIN inspected so somebody can look at the paper and look at the VIN on the bike and say, yep, oh, they're the same. Even though it's a legit Washington State issued title, like, and that's our neighbor, Washington State. That's why I said that word state. It's crazy. It's a racket. I really do think it's a racket. Just my opinion. So. Yep. 100%. Ooh, look, I feel a collab. I feel a collab coming on. Yeah, I feel a collab coming on. Yeah. Oh, anyway, I was distracted there for a minute, because I see the question from Jampro and I see the answer from Mr. Smith. I find that extremely exciting, because I like it when people get together and make music. You know, one of them things. What else was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, I already showed you the repair. I've not done the super glue yet on the super thin super glue. I have it. I had a little chat via messenger with Marshall, and asked him about it wasn't on chat, it was on his deal where he was fixing the chips in the back of the telly, and I asked him if I needed to have the activator stuff to make it dry quicker, and he said absolutely not. That is absolutely not. So he answered that on that. And since I brought that up, you should go over and watch that. If you're wondering about doing chip repair or fixing your guitar or setting your guitar up, man, Marshall's channel's the best. I know everybody currently in the chat right now already knows that, but there might be somebody in a replay. Some, guy might find this, or gal even, who knows, might find this and go, I sure wish there was somewhere nearby that I could just go watch a video on how to fix the nut on my guitar. So now you know. Set up by Marshall. Yeah, well, you all know the story of this, and I don't know if you saw it yet. You said you were watching the other day a replay or something, or you popped in for a bit. But anyway, Marshall told me to get some red Sharpie and put it on that chunk that I took out of the side of Ruby, and so I did. Hey, Mikey, welcome, good to see you. Thank you for dropping by. Anyway, sorry. Apparently my ear is going to itch. There we go. That feels much better. Shower? I don't know. Huh. No, I don't stink yet, so it's all that. Hey, the deal. Welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, I don't know about the bubbling and peeling, but these were chips in the back of the telly along what looked like maybe the skunk stripe was shrinking away, and he built. Man, it was amazing. And as soon as I get some practice in with the super, because generally what I do with the ultra thin super glue is glue various parts of my body together, and then I have to find where I put the isopropyl, and then try not to get it in my eyes, you know. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, so I'm gonna I need to work on my technique. Kind of like the slow speed on the bike. I need to work on my technique. So I'm gonna make some practice runs with the getting the distance, because I just want to put enough in that area that it covers up, and I'm probably gonna do 3 or 4 coats, but I'm gonna practice. Zach. Oh yeah, absolutely. When I was I was a little shaky after I got up from the ditch, and got back on the scooter. But after less than 10 minutes, I was pretty much getting back into it and feeling okay, not being too shaky, not being too gun shy on corners and stuff, and not over scanning the ground. And the rest of the ride home was very, very enjoyable. I still had a few corners to go through. Yes, I did, Keebler. I did get your email. Yes, and thank you for reminding me. I will be answering your email. Matter of fact, let me where did I put it? There it is, right there. And then that, and send. There. Now I didn't forget again to answer you. That's hard. Mail, folks. Sorry. I need all the help I can get. So there, you've got mail, Keebler. You've got mail. Thank you for that very much. So we'll see what happens. See what happens. I hope I said hi to Zach. I see Mike is out there. I said hi to Mikey. So, yep, didn't notice. Plant light just went off. That's all right. I already had this light on, so you did not miss a single moment of the Falcro's face. Not a single moment. Oh, it's even worse, Keebler, because I checked my email, received it, read it, felt, oh, that's such a thing, I should say that right away, and then I didn't. Like, that was, what, a week ago that I would have hit my, something like that. I could look at the date, but that would just depress me, and then I would cry, and you guys would point and laugh again, and it just wouldn't be good for anybody. It just, yeah, we're just going to leave that alone. Anyway, I've now answered you, and we're all good. So, so that's what's going on in my life. That's the kinds of things that are going on. I'm having a great time. I'm enjoying life. This bike has been a game changer, even more so than getting a bike was 3 or 4 years ago when I very first got into riding. It feels different. There is, like Jampro said, there just, you go out for a, you get your gear on and unplug your headphones, because who needs headphones? You know, fuck headphones. We don't need headphones. And then, you know, there's some things that come to mind when you're out riding. You always want to take the long way home. I don't know if you see the picture on that. That's a friend of mine's art as the magpie flies. She's on Insta and Etsy and Redbubble and a gazillion things. She rides and arts and vlogs and everything. Anyway, I'm super happy to know her in my life. She's part of the reason I ride as well. So I like that. I like that. I love that. Ouija board or some trance channeling. Yeah. You know, that would have been more fun, Mr. Smith, if you'd have said, you know, some chance channeling. But that's just me. That's just me. Your English is slightly different than my English. I love to butcher mine my way. And it just kind of went into my head there. And I just had to say it because it was up in there, just bouncing around. Pretty painful stuff. Oh, I was going to talk about the helmet thing, but it's way over there. I'm not going to show you how it is. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I'm going to definitely talk to him at Harley the next bike night I go to, probably next Friday. There'll be a bike night. Yeah, I want to ask him about if that's even a thing. Does it matter if one of the snaps in the liner isn't snapping? It can't. You can get one side or the other, but it is closer together than it was previously. They now make them differently, apparently. So, I was playing a little bit. I've been thinking around. I think I got Ruby way out of tune here. Let me check something here and see. Yeah, that definitely sounds out of tune. Oh, that's awful. You can tell that I was touching her because she's hot, and she went flat. I don't know why she goes flat when I touch her. Yeah, very flat, very flat. Well, that D wasn't too bad. No, that's not an A. Thank you. Sometimes. Yeah, that's what you were talking about, that one when we were chatting the other night. Wow, it'd be irritating. I tested mine in a few different positions, and it stays even at 70 miles an hour. Wherever I put it, it stays. And knock on wood, I'm not complaining about that. Not at all. You know, and ultimately, if this is not gonna be a safe thing, if it's not a safety issue, I don't care if it's got all the snaps and all the things. There's one place on one of the cheek pads that one of the I can't snap one of the snaps because of where the microphone has to sit. The microphone Velcro that holds it in place, in order for it to be where I wanted it to be and come straight out here and end up right underneath of my mouth, it covers up the top snap for the cheek pad. So I just leave that unsnapped. So they told me it wasn't a safety issue, and so I don't care. So if for the liner, it's not a safety issue either. The only issue I have with that is that I got this liner because the helmet had become too big for me and was now resting just slightly on the top of the temples of my glasses, and that was no bueno. That gets old in a hurry, and it makes you know for a very sore nose. Now, initially, putting this on just the way it is now, with one snap undone, all the cheek pads back in, everything cleaned up and stuff, I put it back on, and I just quickie latched it to make sure that it was going to be still adjusted right and there was no problems there. It felt good. It felt like it was going to stay up. But that's not riding. That's not in my gear, sitting on the bike with vibration and wind and your head bouncing and bobbing. It all different. So yeah, that face shield thing would drive me crazy, man. To have the thing shut on me. But yeah, you mentioned that, and I just tried that. Yeah, not the surprise you need in the middle of a fast turn. Truth. My red pick has not come home yet. Yeah, I gotta be myself caught. Now I typically ride with the bottom of my face shield open. I like that air going across my face for whatever reason. I wear glasses so it doesn't dry my eyes out. I don't have issues with it the other way. It's just the way I like to be. And I had one come in, and it came in, hit the upper side of the edge of the visor, landed down here. I could see it moving around, and then took off and flew back out again. I was very happy about that took off and flew back out again part. Oh, that's cool, Keelan. I mean, that's all good. Yeah, I wouldn't want anybody to feel attacked anywhere. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a great Father's Day. I know I had a pretty good one. Getting remembered by your children is always, it's always nice. All right, there we are. Let's see here if I can. I wonder. Ooh, I didn't know Chad was on. Huh. Nice. Wow. Okay. Well, Chad's live. I didn't realize you got the Green Eggs and Ham show. So if you're bored here, I don't care if anyone else. I was just mentioning that Chad Freeman's got a show on right now. He's got Curiosity on there, Green Eggs and Ham. I'll give you guys a present. I know you guys like presents, so share that.
Like, oh my
yeah, look at that.
About things that are big,
so,
crazy or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. It's
yep, I gotta go get some laundry done too. There's a basket right there with my name all over it. Anyway, let's go over here and check this out and go see. Go see Chad's show. He's always got a great show going on.
So I
I'm
did
done.
just
I just kind of want to catch everybody up on what was going on with
like
me.
Urban got one. Liquor.
Stop sharing. I mean, no more presents for you. That's all we get. Shh, Chad. Shh, just for a minute. I just had to mute him for a moment, just while I'm saying goodbye. So yeah, it doesn't matter. Nobody runs anybody off around here. You can't. But anyway, I just thought I would catch you guys up with what was going on with me, and I know I had been in a couple of chats, and people had asked how I was doing, and I was feeling pretty rough, and I'd said I'd crashed, and yada yada yada, and I just want everybody to know, hey, I'm okay, I'm alive, everything is fine. I feel kind of dumb, but better for having crashed. I know that sounds strange, but in this case, the consequences were pretty low, and I'm happy about that. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to go check out Chad's show, and it looks like people are going nuts over here giving away memberships, and wow, and all the cool kids are over there. So check it out and see what's going on over there. I'll be back on Wednesday, and I might pop in between then and now. We'll see how things go. If I have news or updates along the way, but of course I'll be back for the Lame Live. That'll be at 8 o'clock Pacific on Wednesday. If you want to put in a request for that, you can do so by sending it to my email, which is falcro1234@gmail.com. You can find that, if I said it too fast for you, you can find that in the About section on my page, or it's associated with my FaceSuck. You could probably get a hold of me on InstaSuck if you really tried hard. But I don't check that very often. Most of the stuff is just outgoing to Insta and Twitter, X, whatever fucking stupid stuff. Anyway, kind of like the whole meta thing. But anyway, you all, thank you for being here. I saw Crangus was out there, and I'm sorry there wasn't much death metal Crangus, but it's just an update. There will be death metal. There will be some kind of death metal on Wednesday's Lame Live. I'll do some chuggins for you. There's promise. You gotta hold me to it, so you better show up, Crans. If you don't show up, watch it. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm gonna stop rambling on because it's time to ramble on. Oh, anyway, see you later. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Rock on.